Johnny Carson's Tonight Show was a masterclass in controlled chaos, a stage where celebrities usually delivered charming anecdotes, practiced jokes, and shameless movie plugs, but sometimes, a guest chose brutal honesty over rehearsed pleasantries, creating television moments that left Carson speechless, network executives panicking, and audiences riveted. From 1962 to 1992, millions of Americans gathered nightly to watch stars at their most personable, yet a rare few used their 15 minutes with Carson to reveal uncomfortable truths that still resonate decades later. Bette Davis, sitting across from Carson in 1983 at age 75, wielded her cigarette like a weapon, declaring in her signature intensity that Hollywood worshipped youth while discarding women over 40, insisting that aging actresses were treated as invisible while men became distinguished. She recounted the loss of complex roles she once enjoyed, exposing a systemic sexism that predated mainstream cultural awareness. In 1980, Richard Pryor turned his interview into a therapy session, confronting the audience with unflinching honesty about addiction, mental breakdowns, and the racial realities he faced in Hollywood. His near-fatal accident from cocaine use became the backdrop for a candid confession that wealth and fame had not shielded him, as he described pretending for decades while dying inside, refusing Carson's attempts to pivot toward lighter topics. In 1975, Shelley Winters stunned viewers by producing evidence from her purse, vintage swimwear and lists of names, while exposing the casting couch culture, predatory studio executives, and affairs that defined early Hollywood, highlighting the brutal choices young actresses faced in a male-dominated system decades before the #MeToo era. Oliver Reed, drunk and belligerent in 1987, berated Hollywood as cowards and prostitutes, deriding directors for selling out, dismissing Carson's questions, and delivering raw, unfiltered critiques of an industry he saw as compromised by money and mediocrity, creating a 7-minute spectacle that became legendary for its chaotic honesty. Burt Reynolds, in 1976, casually admitted that some co-stars were so difficult he wanted to punch them in the throat, skirting the fine line between humor and shock, revealing the hidden frustrations behind Hollywood's smiling facades, demonstrating that even beloved stars had private disdain for the industry's pretense. Finally, Zsa Zsa Gabor in 1983 transformed materialism into an art form, sipping champagne on set and candidly admitting she married for comfort, not love, categorizing husbands by wealth and utility, offering a witty, unapologetic reflection on power, romance, and practicality, leaving Carson and the audience stunned while redefining honesty as entertainment. These 6 guests broke the unspoken rules of celebrity, risking careers, reputations, and public perception to deliver truth over image, substance over style, authenticity over safety. Their revelations exposed sexism, racism, addiction, hypocrisy, and unapologetic self-interest, reminding viewers that behind Hollywood's glamour lay flawed, complicated humans. In contrast to today's heavily managed celebrity appearances, where anecdotes are pre-approved and spontaneity engineered out, Carson's era allowed real unpredictability, and these moments became timeless examples of television's power to shock with authenticity, provoke national conversation, and elevate honesty into art. From Bette Davis's feminist critique to Pryor's raw vulnerability, Winters's exposés, Reed's drunken rants, Reynolds's colleague confessions, and Gabor's unapologetic materialism, these interviews endure as reminders that genuine honesty, unplanned, uncomfortable, and unfiltered, can still captivate audiences, reveal human complexity, and define television history long after the cameras stop rolling.